Hey, what up, YouTube? It's your girl, Jimmi Pynk, and I just got done watching Donald Glover in Atlanta. Now, for those of y'all that don't know me, I fucking love Childish Gambino, and have for a really long time. I loved when he was Troy Barnes on Community. I watched every single episode of Community. Tough. Community went straight downhill when he left. I love his album. I love his mixtapes. I just fucks real heavily with Donald Glover. He was in Magic Mike XXL. That was a nice little surprise. All that body flying around on that film, and I was all excited because Donald Glover was in it. So, excuse my my wig piece here, because I did actually fall asleep with it on. I don't do that because I fucks with synthetic hair. When this shit get ratty, I'll throw this bitch out. But let's talk about the first two episodes of Atlanta, or as it's trending on Twitter, #AtlantaFX. So, the first thing is, for me, personally, and it's probably an obstacle that Donald Glover has to overcome with more than just me, is that I was such a uber fan of Community, and still is one of my top 10 TV shows of all time, that I knew immediately it was going to be very hard for me to separate his character from being Troy Barnes, which he excelled at immaculately. Very good. Very good. A couple things that I wanted to say that I want to see if anybody else noticed. I don't know if it's foreshadowing, or are we supposed to, or is he supposed to have some kind of sixth sense? I guess we'll see as the series goes on. But there was a lot of recall, the dude on the bus, they told him to eat the sandwich, and when he got to jail, they asked him did he want the sandwich, and he gave the sandwich away. The same thing with the dude, Darius, saying this was deja vu, and he seen the dog, and then we seen in the episode that, the Muslim guy that was making the Nutella sandwich had a dog. So I'm seeing some parallels, I would just like to see if that is going to go any further. I fucking love Darius. He is just so high and so out of his mind. This is going to be a very quotable show, but it would be good if everybody had rats for phones. Having a rat for a phone don't make you homeless, that make you schizophrenic, and this dude just went into, man, it's 4 rats for every phone. That would be affordable. That would be affordable phones for everybody. It'd be messy, but it'd be worth it. I was just this guy already, he was amazing. And when he was saying, I can't have kids, he was when's a good time to talk about smashing my balls? Donald Glover was just now, apparently. I love that guy. And what I like about him is, I think that was very smart, because to me, that character is a hood version of what Troy was on Community. So I thought it was very smart to make somebody else that type of character, because that really separated Donald Glover from being that again. Paperboy. I can't wait to see a little bit more of the dynamic between them. When they said that was my cousin, and then he came over what's up, Unc? I'm oh, okay, wait, they cousins for real? They first cousins? When he was talking the mom died, I'm oh, they cousins for real, for real. And I know Donald Glover's character had dropped out of Princeton and stuff, so I want to see how that, I'm sure the family dynamic is going to play into that. The white boy saying nigga but wouldn't say it to nobody else but Donald Glover, I get that. When you're the term that I don't know if I coined it, but I say it a lot, when you're the acceptable Negro, white people think they can get away with saying some shit they wouldn't say around other black people. So, like, I felt that in my soul. Like, oh. And then, like I said, like, a lot of callbacks. And then, like, when he was actually with Paperboy, because his cousin was supposed to be so much more hood or whatever, and he made him tell the story again, and he didn't, say he pulled the dude over the side and said, nigga, like, it's brilliant. It was brilliant. Like, I don't know how Donald Glover is doing this. Like, that's a smart dude, man. Because they were tying up, like, really socio-political topics that they were, like, conquering well. But it was still a comedy, but it was also very, very realistic. Like, it's just really a well-done show. And that scares me. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. It scares me because people that watch TV don't like well-done shows. They like overblown dramas and reality shows. That's why Donald's previous show, Community, didn't do that well. It was too fucking smart. A lot of other shows that was like that, I can go all the way back from, like, Sports Night in the 90s to Community was definitely one. Don't Trust to Be in Apartment 23. Like, motherfuckers don't like smart comedies. I do. But they don't do good in the ratings, so I'm hoping everybody goes and that's loving it and praising it is watching it because it's really fucking good. The Jail, episode 2 in the jail. Episode 1, like, I know it was a setup and I was watching it, and I was more so episode 1, I was all about Darius. I'm going to get back to his baby mom and the baby in a minute, but I was, like, all about Darius episode 1, like, he was just taking this shit out of me. And then on episode 2, though, when they was in jail, I was like, oh, okay, here go the comedy. This is the funny shit. When that dude was talking about what you talking about, this is my girl, and that dude called him out, like, dude, that's a man. Why do you think he up in here with us? He would be on the other side. Even though they got, like, the least convincing transvestite or cross-dresser ever, like, but I know about Atlanta gay scene, girl, and if y'all watch this channel, or even if you see some of the videos, it's going to scroll over here to tell you what else else I review. Y'all know I watched RuPaul's Drag Race, and I was like, oh, that spook was clocked very easily, so I don't know if they were just trying to play like the nigga was that dumb or he was in denial. It was still funny, though, because I do know if you watch Maury Povich, and it do seem to happen a lot in Atlanta. The dudes be messing with chicks and they really be dudes. It do seem to happen a lot in Atlanta. And Donald Glover is just like, sexuality is fluid. You can pretty much do whatever you want. Shut up. Like, it was so good. Again, another social and political statement that was made when they had the guy that was like, he was there every week in like a hospital gown because really, obviously, he's mentally, something wrong with him. Donald Glover was the only one in there like, why do y'all keep arresting him? Why is he in here every week? He seems like he need help. And then, like, he spit the water on the cop, on the white cop, too. Notice that, because all the rest of the cops on the show was black, but that one. And he cracked him over the head with the billy club just for spitting water on him. Like, Donald Glover has a lot to say, and he's doing it very clever, and he's doing it very funny. I want to get back on this storyline with his baby mom. So you live with your baby mom and y'all sleep in the same bed, but she going on dates with other niggas. I'm confused. That shit confused the fuck out of me. But you know what other show had that on there? Or movie, Baby Boy had that on there? Is that something? I don't have kids. So I don't know. Is that something the babes do? Like, let their baby daddy stay with them and sleep in the bed with them and all that? But be dating other dudes? Like, is that what's hot in the street? Like, motherfuckers is really doing that? Like, I had a little bit of a problem with that. Because if you dating somebody else, you can't be serious. Because how you going to tell somebody else, well, my baby daddy stay with me. They sleep in the same bed with me. Like, how you ever get serious with somebody like that? So you must just be fucking fronting. I got the impression that he just recently started staying there and he was with his parents. Was the impression that I got. Because she was like, well, if you going to stay here, you got to pay rent money and this and this and this. But how about, nigga, if you going to stay here, you got to sleep on the couch. He in your bed. So you fronting. So I feel like eventually they are going to end up being together. Or the music thing is really going to work out for him and his cousin, and she going to get kicked to the curb, and she going to feel some sort of way about it and want him back. I just see that as a storyline that, that has to happen, because I don't see somebody being my ex, even if that is my baby daddy. And even if I was like, okay, this is my daughter's father, and the family is definitely involved in life because obviously, you know, his mom and dad had the little girl. I still don't see this nigga sleeping in the bed with you every night, though. Like, and you can hit the couch, or you can sleep on the floor, or you can be homeless. But I don't know. Y'all comment below and let me know about that. Like I said, I don't have kids, so I don't understand that logic. Okay, anyway. Overall, lemon pepper wet. I promise you tomorrow how many orders of wings motherfuckers is going to start ordering wet lemon pepper wings. Whatever the hell wet lemon pepper wings is. But motherfuckers is going to start ordering that shit. You mark my words. And it did sound good. And let's just keep it 100. How many of y'all was high when y'all watched Atlanta? And you know when you high and you watching some shit and some shit come across the TV that sound like it might sound good. You like, ooh, that sounds good. I want to try that. Motherfuckers is going to start making lemon pepper wet wings. You just mark my words. But other than that, I don't want to make no real long video. It was 2 episodes. I got more things that I want to say about it, but I'm going to let it unfold a little bit. I didn't take notes. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a video. I initially had the camera set up because I was going to do a video on the roast of Rob Lowe. But, fuck it. This is better. So I think I'm gonna try to review this every week. And it's really a good show. I don't want to tell y'all too many spoilers because, like I said, I don't know what the ratings are. I don't know how many of y'all have actually watched the show. I did say some things, but I didn't give a lot of plot point. And I didn't give a lot of plot point that would disappoint you from watching it if you haven't watched it. If you have any major cable provider, or you know somebody that does, you can watch it online. Like I watched it online. It's right on FX Network's website, and you can watch live TV. Or I'm sure the episode will probably be up in a week because that's how Fox do it. You can't watch it right as, but it's very good. Definitely check it out, and I can't wait for Childish Gambino's next album to drop, and I just don't have anything else to say. Like, I love, I fangirl over Donald Glover, and motherfucker, if they make him Lando Calrissian, and he gonna be in the Star Wars universe too, bitch! I fangirls over Donald Glover, so I'm excited. So anyway, comment, let me know, excuse me, if you saw the episode, if you have any questions about the episode, but it's really good, and I encourage, especially if you're into hip-hop, and I know a lot of my viewers that have come to me and subscribers that have come to me recently has been because of my hip-hop commentaries. So if you're into hip-hop, like it does talk about like the game now and stuff, and you really, I would suggest that you watch the show. Like, it was really good. Okay, that's enough. Deuces.